best opening pairs we've seen in the Universe Boss and KL Rahul. I don't know about you guys. I am so excited to start the week like this with this matchup in Maruti Suzuki Cricket Live, and I'm more excited because I ain't alone. Kevin Peterson, Brendan McCullum and Kumar Sangakkara joining us, who look just as excited as me because they know we're going to talk about all the big boys in action today. So I tell you what, stay right there. Let's find out what's on the show. So much to look forward to today. What about yesterday? Yesterday was Super Sunday, and on the menu, the fortunes of two captains completely contrasting. It was a run feast that we saw in Hyderabad, and if that wasn't enough to satiate your appetite, vintage MSD was on the menu as well. And you see it when it's reflected in the points table, because it's 3 out of 3, that hat-trick award. But just imagine they have similar responsibilities when it comes down to today. But first and foremost, Rishabh Pant. I mean, this is one guy here who doesn't shy away from innovation in this generation of young players. Is that what sets him apart, you know, his innovative shots?
I think that's his greatest strength. We can all just say we're going to do it. We can all just try and do it. I mean, that looks beautiful right now, hitting boundaries. But the other night, he did exactly that. Picked up, he hit a one-handed shot, and it got caught. Be a little bit more controlled, but he's going to learn. He's only a kid.
He is. And speaking of kids, I mean, there is one more man, or should I say young man, in action today. He was just one short of becoming the youngest centurion in Vivo IPL history, but he has got plenty of time to make amends. Our phone-based super player to watch out for, the showstopper.
Great.
You just imagine that someone like Prithvi Shaw came into this Vivo IPL, you know, with a tag or an under-19 winning captain. There was going to be expectations and responsibilities. He's a teenager, Sangha. How do you think he's handled it?
Yeah, he calls doubles or twos, as well as he did. Incredible young player, a lot to like about him.
It certainly shows a lot of maturity, but you know, you're the other end of the spectrum. You have Chris Gayle, world of experience, almost virtually, you know, 2 decades in this game. As you've shared, I think 2 double hundred stands with him playing together. But Chris Gayle, in the past 5 or 6 years, what has he done to just reinvent himself?
Well, I think there's 3 points for a start as you're entering the latter stages of your career. One is the mind, one is the eyes, and the other one is the body. I think for all fair, a few years ago.
And you just wonder how Delhi Capitals have been doing that. I tell you what, they had unique preparations. Rabada was in the midst of it. And on the other hand, with this hat-trick of wins for Chennai Super Kings, they gave the perfect gift for their coach, Stephen Fleming, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday. Here's the buzz from Star Trek. They did the ball of the tournament so far. I mean, Rabada and that super over. You were there. You were commenting on that.
I was, and I think the most amazing thing about that was that there's a lot of ex-bowlers who talk about T20 cricket who never played.
Giving him tremendous confidence as he takes on some very explosive men in that Punjab lineup. But these extraordinary, very, very talented gentlemen are very, very serious and professional in our studios. When, however, they are out of the box, well, we just test their skills. That is...
As a captain was absolutely brilliant. You know, there was something that was wanting of him in the latter half of last season. But in the last game, if you break the whole...
Can he do it? Is the conditions that he wants as well? Let's have a look what would be our Dream 11 pitch report. So much to look forward to in this encounter. Here's why you should be riveted to the top stories. Skills, Baz was smiling. I don't know whether he won that one or not. You're going to have to stick around to find out.
What did you draw?
I can't reveal it. I can't reveal it. We'll have to wait and see it.
You can't. You know how this is done, Baz. You figured it out.
Looks
just
like a potato.
Just one change. So no experience of Amit Mishra. You got Avesh Khan instead.
Yeah, I think Avesh.
Got to do something against that destructive pair. Now the answer is Baz. Did you win or not? How did Baz do when we managed to take our experts out of the box?
Well, with the...
Hey, Baz, you've got some skills. Well done. Not bad. Quite impressed. All right, so the rest of the team, he's pretty cool, this man. But I tell you what, we've got cool facts for you as well. Our Voltas cool facts.
I thought Chris Gayle would have been really well suited to this pitch, and the pace and the bounce. I had Kings 11 to win at the start. After seeing that team selection, I've got to say I've got to go with Delhi Capitals.
No, you can't. I didn't even ask you your prediction, but you just changed it midway through. Have a look at our MRS key battle. Obviously, KL Rahul has to be the man that is going to be in focus today. He's done well at this ground. He scored his fastest 50 in the IPL of just 14 deliveries against the Delhi.
Momentum in favour of your side. If you're a batsman, you need to approach those first 2 overs with a little bit of caution, ensure you understand what the conditions are like, what the ball is doing, if it's swinging or not, and then try and impose yourself and get a good foundation for your team to get a good score. For the bowlers, it's all the strategy that you plan.
That's exactly what KL Rahul did in his previous game. Just took a little bit of time where Chris Gayle played the aggressor and ended up with an unbeaten 71. So what does the Asian Paints game plan need to be against him? Scotty Styrus, do tell us. Thanks for that, Scotty. We got Scotty Styrus to smile. The world is all right. I mean, that's been our biggest thing. But based on what he's just said, let's have a look at our Go Ibibo predictions, because it just comes down to that ultimate battle, Raj. So you changed to Delhi Capitals, even though I didn't ask you. But how about this? Based on what he just said, KL Rahul versus Rabada, both men in form, both on a high. Who's winning this battle for you?
He could actually move his guard a little bit towards leg stump. He's a very good cutter of the ball as well. And then that means that danger area where he has been dismissed 4 times is actually an area where he can prey on a little bit as well, and especially with the pace and the bounce of Rabada. Look, Rabada is, to me, a really special cricketer. He's a guy who very rarely gets hit.
Huge world of confidence, because winning without
67, because Kevin Peterson has just joined me. At KP, they lost 5 wickets in the last 4. But what about the start? We know Chris Gayle was playing. Morris was the man right at the top, wasn't he, for DC?
Just the makeup of the IPL.
But look, this was also a key moment, just the way that Miller was going at that stage. So he needed someone that knew him really well to be able to. And look at the way it started, because you started with a reasonably solid power play. You consolidated in the middle. You had those partnerships coming up for Delhi Capitals to face, powered by Ravi Chandran, Ashwin. You expect him maybe to bowl right at the top, because it is Shikhar Dhawan, left hand. You want to see that more intensity, responsibility.
But you need to. He's the leader of the ship. He's the Test hundreds. So why is he batting behind him? Are we now going to see the leader come to the fore, open the bowling, and be that presence? He needs to be that presence.
Nascent years, really, isn't it, for Ashwin in his IPL captaincy? A little bit of growing pains, maybe, but in his wonder years for Ravi Chandran Ashwin, there were no growing pains. He's certainly got to be cool like Rajnikant today, because right at the top there, when you speak about Delhi Capitals at their top, is it going to be a fantastic innings, or is Mujib, I had to get that out there, or is Mujib going to play the spoiler? That
Get any better, does it, Mayanti?
No, it doesn't. There's nothing boring about this Monday,
No,
let me assure you. Delhi Capitals, youth and exuberance right at the top. Their top 5, at least 3 of them are averaging 30 right now. But tomorrow, KP, I know he's been in charge of DC and Delhi franchise. He's also been in charge of RCB, because the week of reckoning continues for Virat Kohli.
So for me, it's just a current show, and that's what you get, and that's what you pay for. You pay for that ticker.
A lot of heart. The Oppo moment of the day there. Just imagine how he's feeling, because yes, there was still a situation. This is the format where it tends to say it's loaded in the batsman's favour. Anything can happen. But to pull off under pressure and death, a hat-trick, that speaks volumes, Sangha.
Yeah, I think you've got to have to canter home enough wickets in hand, and to lose those wickets they did for a paltry amount of runs
7 for 8
is inexcusable. Yes, they are a young team, but they have some experience, overseas professionals. They have some local exceptional talent. It's about closing out these little games. But having said that, no, they went for the positive option, and it paid off.
KP, let me take you back to that moment, perhaps a changing one. Delhi Capitals in a good position. You've got Rishabh Pant out there. He's just, flexing his muscles, and then suddenly his wicket, he goes, and that just triggers a collapse.
And that's where it's just silly cricket.
Look at the names you mentioned, KP. Pant, Morris, Ingram, all capable of finishing off games.
Absolutely, it's about picking those right moments and opportunities. You don't take risks in a situation where you've just got to walk home. You can actually hedge pressure. You can't escape that, and it makes you make more mistakes.
What does MS Dhoni do? MS Dhoni stands there and he just goes, he knocks it around, or just play it out. Watch what Dhoni does. Finish the game. You finish the game, you become a great player. He's a good player.
Yeah, and having said that, Morris and Ingram as well.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to take responsibility.
I'll come to that, gentlemen, but without a doubt, it is something that will give us a talking point for the moment. Let's cross over now back to Mohali for the presentation. Incredibly well for Kings 11 Punjab, also giving them their 7th straight win at home. Home sweet home for Kings 11 Punjab. That's not bad. That's carrying over to do it in such an emphatic fashion. With the Seamers, who were kind of going for runs before we came into this matchup, they were going at almost 10 and over. They're the ones who've actually pulled it back.
I was just thinking there, Sam Curran did that against Roger. That can close the game out.
Just speaking about Ravi Chandran and Ashwin, all eyes have been on him this entire week. All sorts of things are going on
through this tournament.
I mean, today Ashwin walks away with a thumbs-up charge performance of the day. The week has been tough. There's been a lot of things said. But at the end of the day, KP, whatever you may believe, you need the performance on the field to step up. As a leader, how did you rank Ashwin today?
He's gone through it. And, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just find yourself and you find some inner strength when you are in the hurricane, that tropical storm, that earthquake, you name it. I've been there. When you cross the white line, it's
for different reasons. Let's just get that clear that Ashwin is still headlining. There's no problem with that. Our Swiggy fastest delivery of the day. This was it because you had a situation yesterday.
While we watch the game, if a fast bowler can't get really up and at him, and what's the point?
No, really. Well, you guys already mentioned it, so let's have a look at that hat-trick again because just talking about living in the moment.
He swings the new ball, but one of his strengths, like KP mentioned, is that reverse swinging Yorker. His arm keeps very low. It's not a very tall player, but he just gets that right in the slot time after time, and that's why he's playing for England. I mean, he was...
Is the world's toughest 20. Everyone is watching you, including your family. I mean, look what Tom Curran had to say on social media, saying how super proud he was, how insane that was. What a game, what a finish, really. I mean, look, he's gonna get his phone now, KP, and he's gonna look at all his notifications as he's gonna see that from his family. You've been in those situations as well when you walk off the field. And you know your phone is blowing up and you're getting that validation, your family is watching you. It's a huge moment. You take it in.
It is a massive moment. And
mother will be very, very proud. She's done a great job in bringing
moment and enjoy it. But yes, I did say that we have moved on to tomorrow. What happens tomorrow? It is RCB, Virat Kohli. This is the week. So much to look forward to on Maruti Suzuki Cricket Live later on today. I have to get used to saying that tomorrow, later on tonight. But guess what? Guess who's back on a flight and off to see this game? Kevin Peterson. You're off to Jaipur, the big city, aren't you, tomorrow?
Yep, in a few hours. Can't wait.
But look,
it's going to be a fascinating game because, and if they lose again, there's going to be some serious question marks. Gary Kirsten will also be under the pump in a big way. Are they going to change the opening batting partnership? Is Virat going to... He said to Brett Lee after the game that no, he wasn't going to change. Their strength is... I just want them to do well. You can't change the top order the way they change the top order every single game. I just don't think that leads a great message into the rest of the lineup.
To be fair, both sides under pressure, both captains Sangha under pressure, both teams need points on the board. Both played on the same day, on Super Sunday. Who's hurting more, or which captain is under more pressure when we go?
A really bad day, a good day, and then another terrible day. So they need to really regroup, keep things simple. Just look at what they need to do for tomorrow's game, or today's game, really, later on today, as you say, and really concentrate on doing the basics well. And
make sure you pack up and catch that
flight. Are you coming to Jaipur?
No, we're not coming to Jaipur. We are right here with Sangakkara. Bye, KP. Enjoy Jaipur by yourself. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night.
Thank you.
See you, mate.